Hello and welcome aboard. This is Lighten Up Cooking, where I take a traditional dish and lighten it up by decreasing sugar or carbohydrates or salt or fat without sacrificing great taste. Today I'm going to make a baked ziti dish. Now if you watched the video last week, you know that I made a homemade marinara sauce. And I told you all at that time that I was going to take that same homemade sauce and make a pasta dish, baked ziti, for this week. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Okay, for my pasta, I'm going to be using the Banza noodles. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that the Banza brand of pasta is one of my favorites because to me it tastes and looks more like regular pasta. Now this pasta is made from chickpeas, and I could not find a ziti pasta that was made by Banza. So instead I'm using penne. This is a penne pasta by Banza. And the Banza brand is 50% more protein than regular pasta, and 3 times more fiber, and 25% fewer carbs. So that's a win-win for me. So I'm going to be using the penne, like I said, and it's made from chickpeas. And the only thing about the chickpea pastas, you have to be sure that you don't overcook because it's not made from wheat. There's no gluten. It's a much tender texture of a pasta, so you have to be very careful that you don't overcook it. Other than that, it works perfectly. So what I have done here, I have cooked. I have a half of a box of penne pasta that I have cooked in 4 cups of water, and I cooked it for 5 minutes because I don't want to overcook it. Okay, so if you want a bigger dish, you can just double the recipe, but this is a half a box of the penne pasta, 4 cups of water that I boil for 5 minutes. Okay, to that we're going to add 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, and that's what I have here that I've shredded myself. And to that we're going to add a half of a block of cream cheese, and that's what this is here. Now for the cream cheese, I always use the Neuchatel. This is Great Value brand from Walmart. Neuchatel is 1/3 less fat, so I always use this, and that's what this is. And so what I did to kind of chop it up, I sprayed my knife with some non-stick cooking spray, and it allowed me to chop the cheese and put it in smaller pieces. Okay, and to that I'm going to add my homemade marinara. And if you didn't see last week's video, you might want to go back and watch that video. It's called marinara sauce, homemade marinara sauce. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, in my bowl, I'm going to add 1/2 of the mozzarella cheese. And I'm going to add all of the cream cheese. Two cups of pasta or marinara sauce, and that's what this is. So I'm going to pour all of that in there. give that a good stir. Okay, now we're going to add our noodles. Now, you could add, if you wanted to, you could add some meat at this point. You could add some ground turkey, ground beef, ground chicken, if you wanted to. Or you could just make it plain like what I'm doing with nothing added, just the sauce. Okay. And if you notice, I'm not adding any other seasonings because I have my pasta sauce was highly seasoned. So I'm not adding any other seasonings to this dish. So give it a good stir. And we're going to preheat the oven to 350. All right. Now I have my 9x9 baking dish that I have sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. So now I'm just going to put everything into my baking dish. Now one thing I want to say about, now if you wanted to, you could cook this on the top of the stove if you didn't want to heat up your oven. You could just put this in a frying pan, put it on low, put a lid on it. After you add the rest of the cheese, which I'm about to do, just put a lid on it and just let it sit and kind of cook slowly. You could do that if you didn't want to turn your oven on. Okay. So we're going to put all of this in the dish. And it smells so good, you all. That homemade pasta is just really delicious. And if you don't have time to make your own marinara sauce, pasta sauce, you can get some real good ones in the grocery store. But you have to really be careful and read all of the ingredients. Some of them have a lot of what I consider unnecessary ingredients. Sugar, corn syrup, and other ingredients that you may or may not be able to pronounce. So if you're going to buy a pasta sauce or marinara sauce, just look for one that has fewer ingredients. And that's pretty much with everything. The fewer the ingredients, the better the product. So always read your ingredients. Okay, so now I'm going to add the rest of the mozzarella cheese. This is a cup. We had 2 cups. 1 cup went into the sauce, went into the mixture, I should say, and 1 cup goes on top like this. All right. Now it's ready to go into the oven, and it has to cook. Well, I'll come back and I'll tell you all how long it cooked for. It cooked for 20 minutes, you all. 20 minutes on 350 degrees. All right. Now, if you want to, you can add some grated Parmesan. Ooh. If you want to. And you could garnish it with a little parsley flakes. That's what it looks like. Okay. Now let's do a taste test. Let's dig in. Look at that, you all. Baked ziti, low carb. That's the most important thing. It's low carb. Okay, it's still pretty hot too. Let's see. This is so good, y'all. The penne pasta is cooked to perfection. Texture is perfect. It's really, really good. It's a great low carb pasta dish. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And for those of you who are on board with me, my new followers, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Consider liking and sharing and commenting on this video. And until next time, share a smile with someone. It will lighten up their spirit and yours too. Bye now.